Hey there, ladies, gents, and everybody in between. This is your homie Wolfie coming back to you with a movie review of Morbius. So let's get into this. So I've got some feelings. When I tell you, I almost fell asleep 3 times watching this movie. So let me start by saying it's not garbage, okay? I'm not going to tell you it's garbage. It's not good though, and that's what makes it really hard to put into words. I'm gonna try my best to make this as non-spoiler as possible, but I got some problems with this movie. So first of all, the pacing is all wrong. It is all wrong. When I tell you that it feels like they were trying to mash two origin movies together into one, it did not pan out the way that they were trying to do it. So you've got Jared Leto as Morbius. You've got Matt Smith as his homie, Lucian, who they call Milo for some reason. I never really put that together on why, but that's their whole thing. And again, without spoiling it, these two best friends first of all, they have a seriously toxic relationship. And for me, it was really hard for me to really feel the friendship between them, because it felt like it fed off such bad energy. So that shit didn't click with me. But I went with it anyway. I understood what they were trying to do. They were trying to make it so that, Michael, aka Morbius, has a friend alongside him that he wants to heal along with himself, because he was born with this blood disorder that makes it so that, his body is all messed up and whatever. So him and his friend have this rare blood disease, and in order for them to, be like anybody else, be able to walk, be able to live a full life, Morbius makes it his, you're going to see a lot of cats, I apologize. He's going to make it his mission to, just try to fix them, to find a cure. And, he does his sciencey stuff, and he ends up figuring out, let me combine the DNA and blood of a bat with a human, and that'll, somehow fix the issues that they have. And it does, but it comes with a large caveat. So basically it turns them into living vampires. And as a fan of Morbius, like the comic books, and I loved him when they had his stint in the Spider-Man cartoon growing up, that old Fox Spider-Man. I really enjoyed his character. I loved his arc. So I was personally really excited for this, and I was actually very excited about them casting Jared Leto for this, because I knew he was going to he's a method actor, he's a crazy method actor, and I knew he was going to put his all into it, which he did. I didn't have a problem with the performances so much as I had a problem with the pacing and the writing. So the pacing, like I said, was all over the place, because they were trying to tell two origin stories between Leto and Matt's characters. It kind of, it clashed in a way that it felt like maybe certain parts should have been introduced earlier than they were. Some parts they could have been without. And, they really built up this whole thing between them about, them clashing in the end. And it's like, I understood that that's what they were going for, but the way they did it was it was very messy. It's a very messy movie. It really is. It's an absolute mess. That being said, I did really enjoy the action scenes and the special effects. They felt very early 2000s. So I feel like this movie really would have thrived if we were still in the early 2000s, where, like, before the MCU became the juggernaut that it is. So because I'm so used to the effects and stuff that they can do, this felt good, but nowhere near the same caliber. Like, I felt like they were trying to reach to be kind of something like Doctor Strange, because a lot of the like the mystical effects with the whole bat radar and all that. It felt like that's what they were going for. I understood it, but it didn't really pull off with the same effect, if that makes any sense. But again, I did enjoy the action scenes. I wish there had been more, and I really wish that this movie was rated R. I feel like that this movie really would have thrived if it was rated R, because a lot of times vampire films, especially when they're PG-13, they're really cheesy and corny, and this one fell into the same vein. So like, say he's fighting, he was like that boat scene that they put out a couple months ago. When he's going through and killing all those people on the ship, you know, they do like the fast-paced action, clip, but like, if he's slashing these people's throats open and guts and whatever have you, there should be blood everywhere, right? You would expect that. It's a vampire film. There should be blood everywhere. It's not. So because it's PG-13 and they had like that limitation, they had to kind of like make it like darken out. So you would see the guy like holding his neck, and it's supposed to give you the effect that, you know, he's bleeding out, but you don't actually see any blood. And then to me, that really messed up the whole flow for me. Like, I really wish this movie had been rated R. I think I would have tipped it a little bit further up if it was. And I didn't enjoy this movie. I really didn't. I really wanted to, because I heard, you know, I was hearing people with mixed feelings about it, mostly negative, and I was really hoping to come out to be one of those people to say like, no, it's not as bad. No, it is. It's a bad movie. It's a bad movie. It's really horribly written. And I don't even want to get started on the on the extra cuts after the credits. They make no sense. In the vein of the film itself, makes no sense at all. So throughout the movie, they try to give you like little Easter eggs to let you know that this is still in the same universe as like Venom, but it's literally, it's like throwaway. It's throwaway little things that, you know, unless you really paid attention, you really wouldn't have picked up on it. But they were all wasted. They really held no flow to the movie, and they really could have been without it. And especially those cutscenes. I felt like two different people were directing this film. It really did. It's the continuity is all over the place. Everything is all over the place. When I tell you that the script is a mess, the script is an absolute mess, and I really wanted it to be better, and it wasn't. So, with that being said, I definitely have to give this movie like a 4 out of 10. As much as I enjoyed the effects, as much as I thought that the cast did a great job of what they had, this movie it wasn't trash, but it wasn't good. If they do decide, it looks like they're trying to build up to do a sequel, and if they do, I really hope that they get a new director and new writers, because no, honey, this will not do. Well, those are my thoughts. For anybody else who goes to see it, you know, let me know what you thought. Like I said, this is me trying to speak without giving spoilers. If I gave a spoiler review, I would tear this film apart. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, you know, that being said, like the video if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to see more of the reviews and content that I'm gonna put out. Come follow me on Twitter. Come follow me on Twitch, and let's just have a good time.